Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Advancement, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have an insane show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel, and be sure to follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. So let's get into this show here today. So yesterday, Bleacher Report got trashed all over the internet, which is a clear indication that their list is stupid. Because if it wasn't, then so many people won't be trashing them. But let me guess. Everybody else is using their emotion, and they just have a bunch of smart people where everybody else is so stupid. But these guys are operating on a totally different plane from the rest of us. All of the people that are fans of basketball, doctors, engineers, business people, smart people, oh, no. You guys cannot reason at the level we're reasoning because we're just reasoning we're in a totally different plane, man. We're just, like, we're beyond your, like, knock it off, right? Knock it off, right? So they put out that disgusting list. So one of our viewers follows me on Instagram, Antoine Walker, that's his name, sent me a bunch of interesting information that basically exposed this entire web of lies and nonsense that these guys have been working with. It basically exposed the secret metrics that these guys are using, or that they use to rank Kobe Bryant number 11. And folks, when I tell you it's bad, it's really bad. Like, it's really, really bad, right? But then he also sent me some sound for some comments that were made on the Bill Simmons podcast, which gives you guys an insight to how these guys were thinking. So for those of you who didn't hear what these gentlemen had to say, I want to play for you now, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what these guys had to say here.
I love it personally. Look, there's going to be some Kobe stuff, but Shaq towards the end, like, it was kind of over by 05, 06. He wasn't
Kobe
a belt
was on
holder.
bad. He was on, even
Right.
though Kobe, so you can make a case for Kobe in 06. And if you want to make the case, I'm fine with it. When Kobe averaged 35 a game and Duncan didn't make the finals. And if you want to say Kobe grabbed it for a year, I'm not going to fight it. But that team did lose, I think, in round 1 or round 2, that Kobe team. But so, you know what? Let's give it to Kobe in 06 and then back to Duncan 07.
I like the Duncan, because it couldn't be
Duncan
just a
run.
year. I just don't want to hear, like, oh, he won it, he lost it, he won it, he lost it, he won it, he lost it. He was the most important player in the league for a really long time. So I'm glad you did it that
All right,
way.
so we'll
We
give
agree.
it Duncan 02 to 07. Kobe grabs it. I think he has it in the 08 season, even though they don't win the title. And then he has it 09, 10. So he has it for those 3 years. And 2011 might be vacant. And then Dirk shows up.
At
Then
that point,
Dirk grabs it.
I think LeBron's the best player in the league at that point.
But not in the finals. So I think Dirk has it. I think Dirk
Yeah, but
has it
it
after the
can't-
finals.
But see, this is going to be my point as we close, because this is where it gets really interesting. It can't just be a revolving belt of who had won titles.
But if Dirk beats him in the finals, I don't know how you could say LeBron has the belt.
Because I think he's the best player in the world. Nobody thought Dirk was the best player in the world when he won that title. It was an awesome run. Good for Dirk. Great underdog story.
But LeBron did win the MVP in 11. So maybe it's Kobe. I don't know. I almost feel like 2011, it's either Dirk or vacant for me.
Is
And
that the
then
Rose
LeBron-
year? Wait, is that the year Rose won the MVP?
Yeah, but he wasn't I wouldn't have said he was the best player there. So maybe we go vacant. Then LeBron grabs it and LeBron has it. You could say he has it from 2012 to 2018.
Excellent. So you heard what they had to say. So he sent me some pretty interesting information, okay? And I think we can put it up here for you guys to read. So one of them, yes, he sends this to me, is this. It says, Kobe Bryant is 4th all-time in career points, regular season, postseason combined, and tied for 2nd in total all-star nods, 3rd in total all-star selections, and 3rd in total 40-point games, including playoffs. There is no question that for most of the 2 decades, he was among the very best players in the world. But amongst the best, and the best are 2 different things, Kobe never led the league, get this, in box plus minus or player efficiency rating, PER. He only secured 1 MVP win, and outside the top 10 in career MVP shares. For most of his career, Kobe wasn't wearing the NBA's best player championship belt. His teammate Shaquille O'Neal held that honor early in his career. For a while, it was probably Tim Duncan. Eventually, LeBron James came along, snagged the belt, and didn't let go of it for several years. Stephen Curry may have even grabbed it before Kobe retired. So, plus minus, PR is what got Kobe Bryant left off this list. So, I decided to do a little bit of digging. I'm like, okay, these are the metrics that they're using. This is how they evaluate how well a player is playing in a season. Not by watching games, no. By using these flawed metrics. I said, okay. So I then started to do some digging. I said, who are the NBA leaders in plus minus all time? Because this stat is such an important stat to their ranking system, right? Let's go to the list. Let me put it up here. We're getting this stat here, this stat line from StatMuse. Let's put it up. Who do you guys see? You see LeBron James at number 1. Well, he made it in the top 10. Okay. Tim Duncan, he made it in the top 10. Dirk Nowitzki, he made it in the top 10. Is that Chris Paul? Is that Chris Paul? You have Kevin Garnett. You have Stephen Curry. Do we see Tony Parker? Do we see Tony Parker? I think I'm seeing him. Are you guys seeing him? I see Kobe Bryant. Then I see Kevin Garnett. Kevin Durant. Then I see Steve Nash. Then I see James Harden. Paul Pierce, Jason Kidd. Vince Carter, Ray Allen. Manu Ginobili, Russell Westbrook. Andre Iguodala, Derek Fisher, and Al Horford. And the list goes on. Bleacher Report. You guys are idiots. So you just said that plus minus was a major factor. Dirk is number 3 in plus minus. Is he better than Kobe? Let's leave Dirk. Chris Paul is leading Kobe in plus minus. Is he better than Kobe? Let's leave Chris Paul. Tony Parker is leading Kobe in plus minus. Is he better than Kobe? Does he have a bigger impact on winning games? Is that what your MIT education taught you guys? So when you were watching those playoff series with Shaq and those 3 runs, y'all came to the conclusion that Tony Parker was having a bigger role? Or in the Spurs series, and you watched them, Tony Parker was having a bigger role on success than Kobe Bryant? Chris Paul had a bigger role on winning than Kobe Bryant? I'm trying to understand something here. Steve Nash has a higher PER than Jason Kidd. Steve Nash is better than Jason Kidd. Is this what we're saying here? But it doesn't stop here, folks. I want to take you guys to another list. And this is from Basketball Reference. And it goes through the people who led the league in plus minus year over year. Let's go through it. In the last 5 years, 5 years, Nikola Jokic led the league in PER. Okay. Now, I didn't need this stat to know that he's the best player, but fine. My eyes alone could tell me that. Giannis, James Harden. So James Harden in 2019, 2017 was the best player in the world. Because he led the league in plus minus. Okay. Russell Westbrook. Oh, well, that kind of flies in the face of the LeBron argument. Because according to this plus minus, Russell Westbrook had a bigger impact on winning than LeBron in 2016. Interesting, isn't it? Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant. Then LeBron was from 2012 to 2007. Really? 2000. So LeBron was the best player in the world because of the plus minus, right? Good. Let's continue on. Dirk in 2006. LeBron James in 2005, 6. Kevin Garnett, Tracy McGrady. Then we have Shaq for the next 4 years, 5 years. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 years. David Robinson. Then, of course, you have Michael Jordan, who comes up 2 times. David Robinson again. Then Michael Jordan again. Then Larry Bird. Then Julius Erving. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Julius Erving again. Kareem. Julius. Cool. Bleacher Report. Quick question. Kobe shows up here not even one time. But in your previous list, he made it on the top 10. What happened? Your previous list, Kobe was in your top 10. What happened? But I have an even bigger question. Bleacher Report. I don't see Tim Duncan here. Bleacher Report. I don't see Tim Duncan here. Bleacher Report. I didn't see him on the leaders in PR. Bleacher Report. Well, I could be wrong. Was he there? Okay, no. He was there. Number 2. Okay. Another person I saw in the top 10, in top 10, I don't see here. Magic Johnson. How did Magic make it there? Because according to you guys, Magic didn't really have an impact on winning. Really? Really, Bleacher Report? And then I started going through 2 of Kobe's counterparts. And I tried to figure out what did they have that Kobe didn't have. Who are those 2 counterparts? Players that played in his era. Shaq and Tim Duncan. So I went to Tim Duncan's career to understand what did Timmy have over Kobe. Well, Timmy had 5 championships. Kobe had that. Timmy had 3 finals MVPs. Kobe had 2. Timmy had 2 regular season MVPs. Kobe had 1. 15 All-Stars. Kobe had 18. What else? All first NBA teams. Tim Duncan had 10. Kobe had 11. Tim Duncan had 2 second teams. 3 second teams, 3 third. So Tim Duncan, 15-time All NBA teams. Kobe had, 11. About the same, 15. Then Kobe had 9 All First defensive teams. Tim Duncan had 8. Tim Duncan had 7. Kobe had 3 second. So looking at this list, what Tim Duncan has over Kobe is 1 more Finals MVP and 1 more regular season MVP. Then I went to Shaq because Shaq made it, but Kobe didn't. Shaq has 4 championships, 3 Finals MVPs, 1 more than Kobe. Tied in regular season MVPs. Kobe has more All-Star Game appearances, more All-Star Game MVPs, more All-NBA first teams, more All-NBA teams, more All-Defensive teams. But Shaq made it. So, help me understand this. You're telling me that the fundamental reason, according to your metrics, the fundamental reason that Kobe Bryant did not make the top 10 was because he only had 1 MVP and never led the league in plus minus. This is where you guys are resting your case. This is where your case is made. Now let's look at the controversial one. Stephen Curry. Let's look at what Stephen Curry has. 4 championships to Kobe's 5. 1 MVP to Kobe's 2. 2 regular season MVPs, so he has 1 more than Kobe. All-Stars, Kobe has more. He has 18, Curry's at 11. All-Star MVPs, Kobe has more. He has 2, Kobe 4. All first NBA teams, Kobe has more. All second NBA teams, Kobe has more. Scoring champion, they're tied. Led the league in steals. Okay, Kobe doesn't have that. So Stephen Curry made it because what? He has what? 1 MVP more than Kobe Bryant? And led the league in plus minus? I'm imagining I'm hearing people in the comment section say yes. I'm also imagining I'm hearing people that are LeBron supporters say yes. They're saying that this is an important metrics. I'm going to assume that Gilbert Arenas would agree with this well, that these are the metrics that the smart people used. Okay. I got one final question for you guys then. Since y'all are saying plus minus is so important and it's a way to determine how good a player is, of all the players last year that made an all-NBA team, who had a negative plus minus? was it? It was LeBron James. Of every player that made the All-NBA team last year, LeBron was the only one with a negative plus minus. But he was voted as the second All-NBA team. What did y'all base that off of? What you saw, right? Let me ask you guys a question. If what these guys are saying is true, what is the purpose of watching basketball? How do we know anybody is good in basketball when we're watching the games? What are the spectators? I can remember them saying, man, this guy's really good. Oh, this guy's really good. Oh, that guy's really good. How are they figuring that? How are they figuring all of that out? Are we watching numbers bounce up and down on the court with a ball? Or are we actually watching players play? How did you come to that conclusion? Even LeBron called himself the GOAT in 2016. How come he didn't mention plus minus? What these guys did was they comprised a list and they looked for things that Kobe had very little of. And then they now made the list out of that. And that was the list. Kobe's one of the best two-way players ever play basketball. That's a fact. He couldn't even make it on the list. Curry never even sniffed a defensive team. How great could his impact be? You can't play defense or are incapable of playing at a high level. You don't guard anybody. You're a liability on the court. When was Kobe Bryant ever viewed as a liability? Ever. Shaq at times was viewed as a liability for free throws. That's how he had even Kobe there helping him. When was Kobe ever viewed as a liability? And you know what this list also doesn't take into account? Winning and losing. It doesn't matter. Winning and losing don't matter. So this secret metrics that Bleacher Report is using to rank Kobe are plus minus and regular season MVPs. So the year that Steve Nash won MVP over Shaq and Kobe, what does that mean? That what? He's better than Shaq? He was Kobe? Well, no, right? Shows you the value of an MVP. But let's state the obvious here. Why Kobe doesn't have more MVPs. Why he doesn't have more accolades. Has nothing to do with his impact. Has nothing to do with whether the fact he wasn't good. Has everything to do with Colorado. And the NBA would not sit down and let a guy being accused of R receive some of their top accolades. That's why. Y'all sure didn't mention that in your analysis because there's no context. There's no context. Bro, we don't need you guys. We can just use computers then. Anybody with common sense that watched basketball knows that this list is garbage. You even have people that don't agree with it trying to convince themselves that it makes sense. Gilbert Arenas Gil's trying to do that. Gil doesn't even agree with their list, but he's trying to convince himself that it makes sense. Imagine. You're trying to convince yourself of something that makes no sense that it makes sense. Imagine the mental burden that is. This is their list. This is what it was based off of, guys. Plus minus and regular season MVPs. That's how they came up with their list. And Magic Johnson, who never led the league in plus minus, he made it in the top 5. But most people have Magic in their top 5, not because of plus minus, because he's the greatest passer that ever played in the NBA, the greatest winner. Nobody can run a fast break like him. He's a leader. That's the reason they have Magic Johnson. And then he's a winner. That's the reason. Not because of no damn plus minus. Because Magic doesn't have any of these things you guys just mentioned. He has MVP awards. Yes, Finals MVPs awards. But that's not the reason. Nobody ever said that. But Bleacher Report is. And mind you, this is the same Bleacher Report that said Michael Jordan won the GOAT vote, was voted the best player ever by 1 vote. These guys.